Hey, Vash here. Do you like the sound of 60,000 XP per hour? Today we're going to teach you how to level all the way to max level 60 in the absolute fastest way possible. I watched a video created by Larsen where he leveled all the way to 60 in 59 hours. This was absolutely amazing, but his video left me with so many questions about how he accomplished this, and telling us that town boards were the answer was just not enough. So we broke it down step by step, and we found all of the answers that we had, as well as some tactics that just blew this completely apart and took it to the next level entirely. With these tactics, we're going to take your leveling game to an unprecedented level. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly what you need to do step by step to blow past your friends and the competition. If this video helps you out, please consider joining my team by hitting like and subscribe. Huge thank you to my donators on Patreon and Twitch for making this video possible. More on that at the end of the video. The basics of Larsen's town board strategy is to travel from Monarch's Bluff to Windsward to Everfall to Brightwood on loop to get and complete as many town board missions as possible with each 30-minute rotation. It will depend on your starting location where your loop will start from. He also doesn't focus exclusively on town board missions until he reaches a certain level, which we will talk about later in the video. Alright, so the strategy for 60 levels in 59 hours is simple. Move super fast and the absolute perfection of XP efficiency. Moving fast is easy. Make sure you are always wearing light armor so that you can abuse the dodge rolls to travel faster. Larsen also sheaths and unsheaths his weapon at the end of a dodge roll to stop the standing up animation. He uses the charge attack on the great axe to speed through the map. Make sure you are using the hatchet so that you can get a 4-second run speed bonus to save you even more time. Because the hatchet is going to be your main weapon, of course, make sure you place all of your ability points into strength. This will increase your damage and also your carry capacity. The New World map is an incredible resource. You're going to be looking for a lot of different components to fill the requirements of the town board missions. Always have the New World map up so that you can go directly to these resources and collect them without having to search for where to go. Check the links down below and utilize this incredible tool. Here is a list of all the different foods that you're going to want to set your filter for in order to collect for all the food missions that you're going to be looking for on the town board. You're also going to be wanting to look for iron so you can collect the ore to make iron ingots. And you're also going to want to set your filter for hemp so that you can collect fibers to build linen. Farming foods and herbs are used to craft rations alongside of honey and milk from the settlement. Iron and hemp are located in very specific locations and are required to make your armaments for weapons and armor. Using the map will make this process much easier. Make sure to always skin everything you see for rawhide in order to craft your iron armaments. Getting to 25 is very important for tracking rabbits and turkeys for the town board missions. Very important that you always collect the supply caches for loot. This is how you get a lot of your refining resources that you're going to need in order to upgrade your materials into the higher quality products. Now, you have to travel as fast as possible. The 4 settlements you are going to be using in this strategy is Everfall, Monarchs, Windsward, and Blightwood. This means you have to join the faction that controls the greatest number of these starting zone settlements, because the more settlements you control, the more you can utilize the fast travel Azoth cost reduction. This means that you need to join one of the companies that are in control of these locations. If by some insane luck a single company took over 2 or more of the locations, then you will have the opportunity to set the world speed run record, because cheap Azoth fast travel will take this strategy to the next level. Other essential ways of speeding up your journey is to utilize the in-recall teleportation once per hour. This is a free form of fast travel, and free is the best. The other form of free fast travel you need to use constantly is death. Kill yourself using mobs, or kill yourself with water in order to fast travel to the nearest settlement. You need to use this method constantly to your advantage. Now, because we are going to be killing ourselves a ton, it is important to always salvage gear and never repair. If you find a better piece of loot, equip it and salvage the broken or the inferior piece. All gear is trash and will eventually get replaced constantly all the way up to level 60. Alright, so let's get on to the strategy. Our goal is to abuse the town board XP progression. The missions that are important for this strategy is weapon and armor crafting armament missions, travel ration missions, potion missions, feather missions, stone block missions, and hunting missions that target rabbits, wolves, and turkeys. These are the missions that are important, and all of the other ones are an inefficient waste of time, and you should just ignore them. The most important are the armament missions, because as you complete these missions, your weapon and armor crafting skill will increase. And whenever you reach a checkpoint, they will unlock bigger and better town board quests that can give you some truly staggering XP. More on that later. Now, if you are just starting a brand new fresh character, you're going to want to do all of your quests as fast as you can, focusing on large clustered quests until you are able to buy or craft iron tools. This will boost your gathering speed by 125%. Upgrading gathering tools is a huge priority. Steel tools require level 20 to equip, and we are not going to focus on town boards until we have steel tools, which increase our gathering speed to a whopping 250%. The second you are able to equip these, buy or craft them immediately. It definitely helps if they have Azoth farming on them, as our entire strategy revolves around fast traveling as much as possible to complete town board missions. Once you have steel tools, you will only do side quests when your Azoth is low so that you can fast travel more. Your main quest is required to upgrade your Azoth staff, so as you level up, you will keep up with that questline whenever it's convenient. Early on, collect hyssop from herbs in order to craft weak health potions. You can carry potions on you on your action bar in order to negate the weight that it would normally put into your bags. This is an extremely effective strategy. You also want your harvest level to be level 20 so that you can track nuts and farm plants for the town board missions. Remember to collect milk and honey in towns that have beehives and cows for free extra food that you can turn into town board mission requirements. Also remember to collect journals whenever you see them for free XP. This actually ramps up with the more journals that you collect. Alright, so weight management is going to be very important. Do not get distracted by the many things you could be collecting. All of this uses up your extremely limited weight capacity in your bags and in your settlements. If it doesn't contribute to your town board mission turn-ins, don't even pick it up to begin with. And if you do find your bags filled with garbage, don't feel bad for dropping it on the ground. Whatever you can do to save time and go faster. Alright, so let's break down some of the exact numbers so you can track your progress. Starting from the beginning, 1 hour in, you should be making your iron tools from collecting iron, wood, and rawhide. Your harvesting should be at 20, your mining at 10, and your tracking and skinning at 4. Do all of your quests in the starting location until the old man at the river, where you have to go to Fisherman's Bend in Windsward. Now, you need to travel to all 4 of the starting zones, picking up the fast travel shrines as you go. There is one fast travel shrine in each of the starting zones, and you get these along the way while doing your Fisherman's Bend quest. Drop all your inventory in Windsward and make this location your in-recall point. Make sure every town you reach, you collect all the good town board missions. 2 hours in, you should have a ton of potions from collecting herbs. At 25 gathering, you will be able to track hemp, which you will need a ton of for the armament town board missions. By 3 hours in, your gathering should be at 33, your weaponsmithing at 11, and your armoring at 3. Pick up all the side quests and faction board quests in Everfall, while focusing primarily on your main mission. At 5 hours, you should be at level 20, and your tracking and skinning 25, allowing you to track rabbits, which you need for the town board. Now that you are level 20, it's time to get those steel gathering tools and go ham on the town board missions. You will need 50 engineering if you want to craft them yourself. Now, we want to get at least level 23 and look for a group running the Amrine dungeon to complete your quest. The Barkamedes repeatable quest gives you a huge 5,000 XP boost, as well as weapons and armor, and a ton of gold in the level 25 range. If there are groups running, you should definitely be keen on jumping in so you can turn in your repeatable quest every time your town board rotation takes you past it. At some point when you're in Everfall, run to Brightwood and collect town boards and side quests there. Now that you have your steel gathering tools, Larsen's strategy from level 20 to 40 focuses mainly on the town board mission rotation in order to level up. The town board strategy focuses on town boards exclusively once you get steel tools. You travel from Monarch's Bluff to Windsward to Everfall to Brightwood on a loop to get as many town board missions as possible with each 30-minute rotation. Do 100% of your crafting at Windsward. Make your deliveries and picking up new town board missions each loop. If you have uncompleted missions after doing a loop, such as hunting missions, drop them to see if there is a completable mission hiding behind it. Only do main, side, and faction quests when the Azoth runs low, and keep in mind that you do want to focus on questing extra hard in Windsward if you want to purchase the biggest house in that territory, which requires territory standing of 30. At 9 hours in, you should now be hitting level 25, and your weaponsmithing should be at 50. This means you start getting higher XP weaponsmithing missions from the town board, which will vastly accelerate your progress. Your harvesting should now be at 59, your skinning at 35, and your arcana at 12. Fast forward to 13 hours, and you should be hitting level 30 now. Your mining and armoring should also hit level 50, which is big because you will be unlocking the higher XP town board missions. Gathering should be at 68, skinning at 76, and weaponsmithing at 59. At the 24-hour mark, you should now be at level 40. Your harvesting should be at 93, your mining 77, tracking and skinning at 103, weaponsmithing at 81, and your armoring at 73. Now, this is a big landmark going forward because at this point, his speedrun is no longer accurate because Larsen went to Borsholm to level up his weapon mastery. Borsholm, in a recent update, was nerfed heavily and is no longer a relevant OP grinding location, although I would definitely check it out. It's a great place to max out your skinning if you have at least 100, which by now you should. Skinning here would give you a massive amount of XP until you reach 200 skinning, and the weapon skill up upgrades were crazy. Other amazing locations that Larsen also used was the Arclight Cave, and then Brightwood Isle with a group. Now, what he didn't use in this video is considered to be one of the best grind spots in the entire game. A YouTuber called OneTimeaCraft found a super effective strategy to level up your main level and weapons if you're at least level 44. In one rotation, you get 1,600 main XP, which adds up to 60,000 XP per hour. It takes 1 minute to do the run and 1 minute for monsters to respawn. To get from level 44 to 60, you would need 1,336,380 XP, which would therefore take you 22 hours to get to max level. To find the location, open up your map and go to the Restless Shore. It's called Ocean View Post, which is to the right of Boar's Home. If you're doing this solo, you need a life staff plus an AoE weapon so you can heal yourself, but also clear the enemies with an AoE attack. For example, you can combine life staff plus hatchet, or he just uses an ice gauntlet with maximum AoE abilities. Kill the guard at the start as he doesn't chase you. Then run through the entire post and gather up all the enemies. You can shoot them to grab their attention if you need to. Use your AoE slow near the wall so they can group up, and then use your massive AoE attack and heal yourself. You can do this and repeat the process over and over to grind all the way to max level. It is just absolutely amazing. In this location, you can level a weapon from level 1 to level 20 in 3 hours with a small group. Now, if you use this strategy, you can blow Larsen's speedrun out of the water, shaving 5 hours off the 59-hour speedrun timer. But keep in mind that it is very boring and you are missing out on the crafting gains. But moving back to the town board strategy, at 32 hours, you should be at least level 45. Your harvesting should reach 101, your mining 88, your tracking and skinning 165, your weaponsmithing at 90, and your arcana at 31. The key to the town board missions is your timing. If you can develop the perfect rotation so that you can hit the maximum amount of town board missions before each reset, you can outpace your competition. This means watching the clock, learning how long it takes to run from one location to another, and picking the right locations to drown in order to fast travel for free, saving you time. The town board missions are completely RNG, so you don't know for sure if you're going to get the right ones, but over time, this strategy is so dominant, being that it levels up all of your crafting skills and unlocks bigger and bigger payouts for the larger quests. This has the added effect of giving you increase to your territory standing, which is super important. Larsen invested all of his territory standing into increased XP, increased storage space, and increased standing. Now, territory standing can be raised all the way up to 300, and yes, there are achievements for reaching these incredible heights, not to mention for some truly amazing bonuses. Keep in mind that while those three are the best to take if you are speedrunning, the best choices if you are in it for the long game is standing, storage, and crafting fee. If you know where you are planning on buying a house, then housing reduction can save you a ton of money. Now, at 40 hours, you should be hitting level 50 with 104 mining, 197 tracking, and 100 weaponsmithing. Now, the 100 weaponsmithing is a huge landmark that will unlock the biggest XP gain missions possible until 60. They take higher tier crafting materials, so you'll have to have lots of Starstone level tiered materials to craft them, but by this point, it should be no problem at all. Now, Larsen made sure to purchase 2 properties, one in Windsward and one in Brightwood. He used these properties in order to recall to these locations whenever the timers were up. You can also pay Azoth to reset the house cooldown if you want to be able to utilize this teleport again instantly. This is a big deal because you can use it while not at a fast travel location, which is a huge advantage if you need it. Make sure when you buy your first house that you make it a max tiered house because you get a 50% discount on the first property that you buy. This counts for the first week of rent as well. In order to buy the house with the 50% off first time purchase, you will need 10,000 gold and 30 standing in the territory you choose. Larsen picked Windsward, which is a solid choice because Windsward and Everfall are the 2 most populated territories on the map. Pick the territory your company owns for a big gold discount on purchasing and maintenance tax. At 50 hours, you should now be level 55 with 121 harvesting, 120 mining, 200 tracking and skinning, 106 in weaponsmithing, and 88 in armoring. From this point on, it should only take you 9 more hours to finish the final 5 levels and reach level 60, the max. As long as you have kept up on your main missions, you should have done all the dungeons 1 time each and located the repeatable dungeon turn-in quests. You can use these to get kitted out in gear for each of the level brackets. Don't be in a rush to do the dungeons, however. If you are trying to speedrun, having an underleveled slow group can be catastrophic. It's definitely a solid idea to accept an invite into a dungeon if you know it's a solid team. Having overleveled or overgeared teammates for a dungeon can often assure a super clean, fast run, and given the opportunity to jump in on a fast, easy dungeon will net you insane gains from the repeatable turn-ins, not to mention the fantastic gold gains. The level 55 Dynasty repeatable dungeon turn-ins net you a whopping 12,000 XP just for the quest turn-in alone, not including the enemies you kill clearing the dungeon. The level 55 gear that drops is a great temporary upgrade and will carry you to the watermark gear in the Northern Territories. If this video helped you out, come and join my team. Please hit that sub button, smash that like, and a massive thank you to all my supporters on Patreon and Twitch who keep this channel going. If you would like to see more videos you can support for as little as a coffee a month, check the links in the description down below. You can also check out Larsen's video. Show him some love for his awesome contribution to the speedrunning community, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah!